Welcome back everyone to episode 6 of my survival Minecraft Let's Play. Now today we're going to be doing something very interesting. Oh my gosh, this villager, he needs to leave. He's really been causing a ruckus. Thank you. Just leave. Go. Come on. Thank you. All right. So today my plan is to build a wizard tower on this little hill here. And what we're going to be doing for that is we're going to build a really cool diagonal bridge across here. We'll kind of fence this area off or like build some walls and then build a tall tower right there. And yeah, that's going to be pretty crazy. But not only that, we're also going to come over here to where I want to build my castle. And we're going to kind of start building a layout for that. So I'm probably going to flatten most of this area out. And this thing's going to be huge. It's going to take up pretty much the entirety of the top of this hill. And then we'll have a giant, castle in here and surrounding village. My sort of plan for right now, my working plan is we'll have castle here. And then we got our little village area over here. We'll kind of add stuff over there, but I don't really have a specific plan. But over here, I want this to be like the main marketplace. We're going to have our wizard tower over there. And yeah, we'll kind of fill in this surrounding area with some fields, large marketplace where this village already was. And, maybe we'll probably put like the lumberjack over there or something, just kind of like off to the side, kind of keep him by the forest. But yeah, I want to transform this whole area, basically, this whole area you see around here. So we got to get started somewhere. So what I want to start with first is the bridge, because obviously how am I going to get over there if I don't have a bridge? Now, I've never built a bridge before, at least to this scale. I mean, I've built a few Minecraft bridges, but never to this scale. This thing's going to be huge. So there's going to be a work in progress. We're going to kind of see, like, there's going to be a lot of tweaking going on, but I'm excited to get started on this because I think if I do it right, it'll look really awesome. All right, so I got a little mock-up here. This is more just for myself than anything. I kind of wanted to see what it was going to look like. That way I can kind of explain it better to y'all without there like being nothing there, So we got a little workstation here, got a bunch of stone bricks, cobble, a little bit of stone. And this is what I'm thinking we're going to do. So while we're down here, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I want to have a pillar about there, pillar about there. So we have like a nice even arch in the middle. And then that'll kind of coincide with this bigger arch up top because it's going to go up a block as you saw over there. And then in the middle here, this will probably happen later, but I want to add a like river or a little lake and then a waterfall coming down and then a river running through this place and maybe leading into like a pond down here or something. I think that would look really cool. And then we can also add some like cool landscaping down here. But for today, we're just going to work on the bridge, but I just wanted to let y'all know the plan. But yeah, we're going to have a pillar there, add some nice supports, really make it look structurally sound. And yeah, so this quick mock-up kind of helped me understand what I wanted to do for the bridge. And then once we get across the bridge, I'm going to level out this area a little bit. That way we can put a sort of wizard tower over here, just kind of spice it up, add some magical aspect to this. And once we're finished with that, future plans, we're going to take this path, come along here, and then kind of restructure this whole village to make it more of like a marketplace for all the villagers to buy and trade and sell and stuff. And so that's our building plans for today. And near the end of the episode, we're going to go over there and kind of lay out a plan for the castle. And we're not going to start building anything today, but I want to start construction just of the layout. That way I get a rough idea of what we're going to do. And this place is starting to really come to life. But I'm super excited about this bridge. I got to change this pathway up because I wanted the bridge to line up like this. Because over here, it lines up more towards the center there. And I want the pathway to veer off to the right here. And then we have our wizard's tower right there. So he's kind of unbothered, I'll probably add like a little fence or something. Not anything crazy, but just kind of like, yeah, this is my area. Stay away. So yeah, I think I think there's not going to be much like to say about this other than the fact of just building it. So I think what I'm going to do is start a time lapse here, and we can really see the construction of this bridge and see how it all comes together. All right, so I finished the bridge. I'm super happy with how it turned out. Honestly, I have to start building more bridges because this thing turned out so well. But as you can see, we got a nice little gradient here from grass to stone, or sorry, coarse dirt to stone. And yeah, it's just a simple little bridge up top. Well, it's not little, it's pretty darn big. But if we come down, this is where like the real architecture comes into place. And I'm super happy with how this turned out. So as you can see, we got a little arch there, the big arch up there, and then same little arch on that side. And I'm just super happy with how this whole thing turned out. Down here, we have some large foundations just to support the whole bridge. I'm really happy with this. And then we got this extra little wall piece here. This is just to help build that foundation and kind of support the whole bridge in a sense. And then we got some cross supports there and there. And if we take a step back, you can see we used andesite to line most of our arches, and same at the bottom. And the polished andesite looks really nice there. It really just adds like that finishing touch. It doesn't add any depth physically, but visually it adds a lot of depth to the structure. So for right now, the bridge is complete, but eventually I want to add a river running through here. I want to add some more custom terrain, kind of fit it into the landscape a little bit better. But right now it looks stunning, and I can't wait to just make this landscape look even better and really accentuate how good this bridge looks. Okay, and now that the bridge is complete, we can get started on building this mage's tower. I'm super excited to get started on this, and I just had a really good idea. I don't know if it's going to be possible currently with the gear I have, but eventually, once we finish the mage's tower, or wizard tower, whatever I want to call it, you know, I'm gonna build the top structure, add a large room up top, and then I'm gonna get one of, not the Vindicator, but I forget what the name of it. I'll show a picture of it on screen. But it's the one that produces the Vexes and has all this like magical powers. So yeah, I want to get one of them in here. That way we kind of have like an evil mage that lives at the top of this wizard tower. So I think that'll be really cool. Now, I don't know if I can do that in this episode, but hopefully next episode, I'll try and get geared up enough and we can see if we can trap one in the top of the tower. All right, I got this area flattened out and we can get started on the tower now. So I want to do a 5x5 square. So that's 5. All right. And then we'll just complete that square. And then we're going to bring up the foundation here. And we'll bring it up one more block. And then on the edges here, I'm going to build up some little supports for the foundation. All right. And that's our basic foundation for this place. Now we can worry about it later, but I'm just going to extend this here. I want to add a staircase here. And we can swap these out with actual stairs. There we go. All right, and now we can start to bring up the walls. I'm not sure how high I want to bring this tower up, but I do definitely want it to stand out. So that should be good for now. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is go to each corner, and then every other block, I'm going to replace it with andesite. That way it gives it a little more visual appeal. And as you can see, it gives a little more detail to the sides. That way it's not just a flat box. It already is, so we got to try and hide that with some different techniques. And there we go. We got the added andesite in. All right, now the next thing I'm doing is adding a little ring around here so it's not so flat and so square. I'm gonna add this in with some spruce. And let's see, we'll put it right there. I'm gonna alternate spruce trap doors, stairs. That way we get a little more depth. And then I'm just gonna continue this around. All right, and now that we got our ring around here, we'll add some stone brick walls, and we'll actually put some andesite in the middle here. And we'll continue going around the edge here. And then I'm also going to add some fence gates to the top of this ring. And there we go. So now that we got this little ring complete, I'm going to try and hop back up here and then continue moving upwards. All right, so we're a few more layers up here now. And the next thing we want to do, take our stone bricks, and we're just going to go around the edges here and add some extra supports. And then I'm going to add some polished andesite to the top of these. And then I'm actually going to bring this up one more layer. And we'll add some slabs to the top of this. All right, it's looking pretty sweet right now. All we're really missing right now is the roof. I want to use some deep slate for that, and I don't have enough, so we're going to go collect some of that real quick. But after we finish that, most of it should just be finishing details. That's, for the most part, the basic structure of the tower, and I really like it. But we're going to go collect some deep slate, and then I'll show you how to build the roof. And then from there, I'll probably just hop into a time lapse and we'll see how the tower comes out when it's finished. So as I'm down here gathering deep slate, I did want to show you guys something. I got a Fortune 3 pickaxe that I enchanted. So I'm super happy and super excited about that because now we can actually start to get some more diamonds, and we'll actually start making a lot more diamonds just from this Fortune 3. Because if we find some, you know, you can get a lot more diamonds just with Fortune 3. So that's exciting. And then I also wanted to say just a few things about like building these structures. I just wanted to like give some advice to y'all if y'all wanted to build some structures like these. I really enjoy going on Reddit and just browsing and seeing like what other people have created. It gives me some inspiration, and I kind of like see what I want to build for my village and my world. But it also just kind of helps you like see some techniques. Like I definitely got inspired by someone on Reddit to build a tower for this episode. And so I kind of like went through a bunch of different buildings and looked at like all the different techniques people use, and, you know, kind of borrow them and put them on my own build. So I can have something special in my world, because it's just super awesome to see what everyone else creates. And it's really interesting to see how like people's minds work on how to build like a certain tower, because everything comes out different. And I think it's really cool to just look at all of them and appreciate them and see what's unique about them and how you can kind of maybe implement that into your own build. So I hope you guys kind of find some inspiration from my builds, but I also wanted to let y'all know of some other places you could find some inspiration, because you only see like a few buildings of mine, but on Reddit or maybe Instagram, you get to see a bunch of different people's builds, and you can really like see a lot of different techniques, which is really good to just make you a better builder. And then another thing is just building. Like, you're not going to become a better builder if you just sit there and watch other people build. You got to do it yourself, you know? So that's just a little bit of advice for if you want to build like cool structures or want to build a village like mine. Just do it. You know, you can't sit around and watch other people build all this cool stuff and think, oh man, I wish I could do that. You just got to get started. Oh, Ooh. Okay. Wait. This is my fortune pickaxe. I got scammed. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, I'm gonna collect a little more deep slate, and then I'll see you guys when we get started on the roof. All right, so I got enough deep slate for the roof here, and we're gonna start off by making a little wooden section. So we'll take this up 2 blocks on each corner and in the middle, and then we'll just fill in the bottom one with some stripped logs. And then these will be our little windows. We'll have the trap doors. Then next, we're going to put the roof on. So we're going to start off by putting a regular stair here. And then this next one, we want it to be upside down. Same with this one. Oops. There we go. And then a regular side up. Take a trap door. There we go. And then we'll repeat this pattern around the entire outside. All right. Next, what I'm going to do is we'll take our deep slate bricks here, and then we'll just build them up 2 blocks high on each side. And we'll take some deep slate brick stairs. Just add them like this. Next, I'm going to take these trap doors, line them along the outside here. And then once you get the trap doors on each side, you'll take some spruce stairs and pop them on top here. Then we'll take our deep slate bricks again, go around the center here, and then we'll pop these stairs on top. Add some deep slate like that. Top it off, and we'll place trapdoors along these stairs. Then 1 more set of stairs at the top. Actually replace this with some spruce. And for now, I'm going to use a deep slate brick wall and then a fence. But I'm actually going to replace this with a mud brick wall as it fits in with the spruce coloring. And then one last thing, we're going to take some deep slate brick walls, and we'll just add them along the outside here. As well, I'll add them to this layer. And there we go. That's our roof complete. Now let's see if I can drop down here. All right, I really like how this is looking so far. The next part is really just the detailing, texturing, and then adding like a few windows. But for that part, like I said earlier, I'm going to start a time lapse. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so our wizard tower is finally complete. And as you can see, you probably saw in the time lapse, I added 2 more custom trees, which, you know, I can't forget about those. We got to keep those going every single episode. But we got a nice oak tree here, another one down there, and this pathway from our house leads all the way from the stable. You can walk all the way around it, just like, you know, it's always been that way, but just wanted to point that out, that you can walk on our pathway from every build here so far. So I really like that. And I'm going to continue doing that. Just keeping pathways. It makes it feel more real. Like just, you know, no one's not walking on a bunch of grass. It turns the grass to dirt here. So if we follow our path along this way, going across our bridge, and the wizard tower is complete. Now, some of the exterior details we got here, got some like purple flowers, the alliums. I chose purple because it seems a little more magical and mystical. And then we got this little retaining wall over here. Just kind of seemed like this guy wants to be left alone, little overgrown. And you know, I feel like this retaining wall is kind of like, yeah, this is my place. Keep out and leave me alone. So as you can see, we walk up And we got an interior here. It's pretty cramped, but I think it's quaint and cozy. So we got some storage, just random tree here. This is our wizard's bedroom. An extra shelf up here. And then we kind of got a lookout right here. Little painting table, nothing special. And then up top, we got his desk and a clock. And just so you can kind of see out from here. You have a pretty good view, honestly. Ooh, that's a good view. Look at that. That's cool. If we close these up, that's the top of the tower here. There's not much I could do with detailing because, again, it's a little 3x3 on the interior. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. And the angles from pretty much everywhere look amazing. Like down here from the village, you can see our bridge. You can see the tower, you can see all the details surrounding it, and it just looks so good from far away and close up. So I'm super proud of this build, and I can't wait to add some terrain and like a waterfall and river running down there into a lake. That'll look so awesome. But since we're done with the wizard tower now, it's time to get started on our layout for our castle. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this area out up here and really just kind of go at it and see where I want to place stuff, kind of get the creative juices flowing in my mind. And I'll kind of talk y'all through what I'm thinking when I'm planning this castle. All right, so we got this nice large open space here to start planning out the castle. So what I'm thinking is we'll have a main gate here. So I'm going to represent that by kind of like this, and then we'll make a little dotted so we know that we're going to have a gate here. And then we'll probably bring it back and just slide it along the edge here. And then once we get to this hill, I want the main section of the castle, like the main like keep where I'm going to be living my quarters as the king will be. And then this front area will be the main village and market area of our castle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up the hill. And this line right here is going to be our exterior wall. So as we bring this up, this will kind of encase the boundary of the castle. And I don't know exactly the dimensions I want this keep to be, so we'll just cut it off right here and start moving this way. And then as we come this way, we'll round it back over to our main gate. So now that we got the main walls laid out, I can kind of visually see how large this castle is going to be. And it's going to be pretty freaking huge. I don't know if I want to like extend it more that way and that way. This is just kind of like a rough guideline for now. But I want basically this whole back part, except for like maybe a little alley back here. We'll just have this whole section as our main castle keep. So I'm going to block that off real quick so we can see what that'll look like. All right, so I'm thinking this will be where my main keep is. And then we'll probably have something like, honestly, we can do something cool with this cave. Maybe just have like a little mine within the castle. So I kind of want to leave this area, maybe have it like as a lake, a pond, you know, just something interesting over here because the terrain definitely allows for it. And then the next thing I want to plan out is the center and our like little pathway that we're going to go through here. So just kind of lining up with the entrance there. Make a little cross section here for the center of our area. So this will be the center, and there won't be any buildings here. So this will kind of be the center area of our castle, and then all these surrounding areas will just kind of add in little buildings. So I'll just mark those out with some little squares like this. All right, we got all the places where the buildings are going to be laid out here. And I think I really like how this has turned out so far. I'm liking the vision I got in my head for this. And I think this will work really well. I might actually squeeze in this center area. It feels like a lot, like there's a lot of space here, like a little too open. But that's always subject for change. I just wanted to have a rough idea of what I was going to do, see what space I have. And this has really helped me envision what I want to build in this castle. And I think it'll help me just like knowing where to start. So I think I'm going to build the keep first That way I can keep like the sight line in mind, because I want to make sure that the main castle is pretty visible from the front. I don't want the keep to be covered up by a bunch of buildings, because obviously it's going to be grand, and I want it to be standing out in front of, you know, the rest of the inside of the castle. But I also don't want it to be like so open that I feel like there's nothing in here. So I might end up having like another building here and just little back alleys and little, you know, different things. But honestly, I think this looks really cool. Okay, so we're in replay mod here. And as you can see, we just got a bird's eye view of this whole place. And I think it looks really good from up top. And you'll notice that this is a very large project. This is not a small project by any means. So this is going to take a while. It's not going to be all done in one episode like most of my projects are. But it'll really be awesome once we complete this thing. And then obviously as we complete the castle, we're also going to develop the surrounding areas. So I'm thinking we're probably going to build a port down there eventually, and just a bunch of other stuff in this area. Like right here, we can definitely have like some village houses. And then I want there, honestly, I'm thinking I want the main village outside of the castle to be right here. So we'll have to do a lot of terraforming. And then over here, I wanted to make that like a waterfall. And I think I might make this a lake, because it's kind of a valley. And I think that would look really cool. And if we continue it down here, we could also connect it to the ocean. So that would be really cool. But honestly, this project is going to take a while, and it'll be, you know, showcase on the channel. And I hope you guys follow along, as this is going to be a really fun project. And just because I'm curious, I wanted to see what the base looks like from a bird's eye view, and it's starting to look really awesome. I can't believe that I'm the one that built this, because I feel like normally I build like nice buildings, but the surrounding nature is just vanilla Minecraft, so it doesn't look that good. And honestly, adding all these custom trees and greenery and just overhauling the landscape is super nice. And I'm super glad that I've decided to do that with this world. And then the project we worked on today also looks super amazing. I really love this bridge. I think it's so cool. I've really never built a bridge like this before, and I'm super stoked with how it turned out. And then this tower is amazing. It just looks awesome over here. But in next episode, I'm going to be ready to put an evoker up here, and that is going to be challenging. So stay tuned for that, as I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out by the time I record the next episode, so we can have an evoker up here and have a wizard living at the top of the tower. But that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm super proud of the stuff we created today, and I can't wait to start building even more awesome stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.